Ah, Christmas, that time of year when the sun sets early, giving way to frosty snow and bright decorative lights on every house on the street. The only time of year your entire family converge into your house for nothing more than free food and some pricey prezzies. But it's also the perfect time to dig into a big game that you want to spend some serious time with. So here are a bunch of incredible games that are perfect to platinum this Christmas. So let's go! Game 1, God of War Ragnarok. When isn't it a great time to swing those blades of chaos, eh? 2018 soft reboot could be a good option for a Christmas platinum, but it's the setting of Fimbulwinter that makes the sequel simply perfect for the holiday period, especially with the Valhalla DLC released for free, an early Crimbo gift from Santa Monica Claus. Now I will be doing a review video for Valhalla, but spoilers, it's fucking exceptional. The best free DLC I have ever played, probably to ever be released. Santa Monica bridged the gap between the old and new games in a way that can unite fans in the most beautiful manner. But if you are yet to take on Ragnarok's platinum, then this stellar DLC just adds to the mountain of reasons for why you should get Kratos' latest platinum this Christmas. Just look at this glorious setting Fimbulwinter provides, the ice-cold calm before the furious fires of Ragnarok engulf the Nine Realms. You will rotate between playing as Kratos and Atreus or Loki. Fucking kid is hard to keep up with. And you will also rotate your combat partners as you fight your way to Odin. A new weapon in the game revitalizes the combat system along with minor changes in how you can interact with the environment, giving you a feeling of four-dimensional fighting. Now, I am pretty critical of Ragnarok's story, but I adored its platinum. Much like 2018's post-story grind, Ragnarok's side missions and collectibles add heaps of lore, background, and revelations. The post-story interactions with some characters are delightful and really solidify the realm's ending equilibrium and Kratos' place within it. Ragnarok is a 50-hour 3 out of 10 that is simply perfect for the holiday season. The Valhalla DLC is free, will take 8 hours, and has a difficulty of 4 out of 10, but I promise is worth every single second. And besides, this free DLC is longer than the main campaign in Modern Warfare 3. Side entry, literally any Yakuza game. Now, I'm no Yakuza fan and I had to check this with friends who are, but yeah, apparently most Yakuza games are set at Christmas. Thanks to my Yakuza expert buddy Deadman, I now understand that this is only relative to the games in the series released in December. This includes 0, 1, 2, 5, 6, and 7. Pretty cool, right? Kinda makes me want to play some Yakuza. Game 2, Hogwarts Legacy. What could be more magical and enchanting this Christmas than a trip to snowy-covered Hogwarts? A horde of Potterheads are still yet to play the best-selling but probably most underwhelming RPG of recent years. For those of you waiting for it to go on sale, now is the time, as it is in the end-of-year sale at time of writing at half price. Now, Hogwarts Legacy had more bugs than the Brendan Fraser starring Mummy trilogy, but most of these are now gone, fixed by patches. People who've played it recently tell me they had no technical issues earning the platinum, so all round this Christmas really does seem to be the perfect time to play it. 3 out of 10 difficulty, but a 75-hour completion time with 1 trophy still reportedly buggy for some, the Good Samaritan Silvo. This may be an easy platinum, but I wouldn't consider it simple. Legacy is the perfect game for Potterheads and new initiates alike to discover or rediscover the magical world of Hogwarts. Game 3, Miles Morales. You didn't see this one coming, did ya? Well, credit where credit is due. That can of digital snow spray the devs used on Spider-Man's New York does add a lovely aesthetic, even if it is basically just a big fancy skin. Miles Morales, initially designed as DLC for the first Spider-Man game, was reskinned as a standalone game so that the publisher could exploit an empty market during a global health and economic crisis. But that doesn't make it a bad game. In fact, it's far from bad. The only game on this list that is actually set at Christmas, the story picks up after the first game and sees Miles set out alone as his own Spider-Man. With his ridiculously OP Venom abilities, this game is easy on the hardest difficulty, but the combat and traversal are so much fun, it doesn't really matter. The story is short and sweet, establishing Miles' family and relationships with friends, allies, and enemies. Frustratingly though, you will have to play it twice as the platinum requires you complete New Game Plus. The story simply isn't good enough to go through twice and will likely feel like a slog. Luckily, as I said, it is laughably short, so you can do both runs, all the side missions, collectibles, and miscellaneous, in about 10 hours. Miles Morales doesn't do anything different or better than Spider-Man did, and this would have been far better as DLC than it is as a full game, but it's still beautiful visually and thoroughly enjoyable on every level. Game 4, Dead Rising. Zombies and Maul, weaponized candy canes. Sounds like undead killing heaven, right? Well, not so much. Dead Rising 4 may be one of the franchise's weakest entries, but its Christmas setting makes this one of the few games on this list genuinely set at Grimbo. Now right off the bat, I have to admit this game is only on this list because of its Christmas setting. It's not a good game and almost certainly the worst installment in the Dead Rising series. Characterization, gameplay and fundamental mechanics here are just poor, far below the franchise's first few installments. So why play this dreadful game? Well, because if you are hell-bent on playing a truly Christmas game, then this is one of the very few options. Lacking the charm, grit and sheer fun of the other Dead Rising games, 4's only appeal is the Yuletide time of year that it's set. A rather ridiculous looking Platinum 2 with a 7 out of 10 difficulty and 150 hour Platinum Nightmare. The game has you complete the main game twice, forcing you to finish it on the brutal Blackest Friday difficulty. The online is a monotonous and mind-melting grind, but the cherry atop of this Christmas cake is the 250,000 kills required for the left 100,004 Dead 2 Silvo. But of course some of us don't care about how good a game is, some of you out there only care about impressive or ultra rare plats, and this game has both. Its platinum sits at a cock-stiffening 1.58% rarity, and its length, online and gruesome grind make it a nuclear on my Platinum Tower of Judgment. Unironically, the 8th game in the franchise, will you platinum Frank West's abysmal return in Dead Rising 4? Game 5, Arkham City. Now, in the research of this video, I discovered that one of my favourite games of all fucking time, from one of my all-time favourite fucking fandoms, is not in fact set at Christmas. That is right, Arkham City, the second of Rocksteady's Bat-tastic trilogy, is not a Christmas game at all. So I should probably just shut up and go pick another game. I'm not going to, but I probably should. But why would I when Arkham City is widely considered to be the very best of the Arkham trilogy? Asylum lays down the groundwork in a masterfully woven tapestry for sure, and Night rounds off the story with aplomb and rewarding us completionists with the glorious Nightfall Protocol ending. But it's City most players agree that topped the three. Personally, I loved City because Hugo Strange is one of my all-time favourite lunatics from Batman's Rogue Gallery. An underutilized sociopath that is as disturbed and twisted of any of the Dark Knight's terrible foes. But it's an Arkham plat, so you know what to expect. A glorious Arkham prison setting with what I always thought was a Christmas setting, so I'm going to keep pretending that's what it is. You will of course have challenges galore, a free flow combat trophy that will twist your knuckles inside and backwards, Riddler trophies that will infuriate and exhaust you, side missions that will remind you why you love this game so damn much, and of course, a New Game Plus playthrough. Arkham City is an all-out masterpiece that may not actually be set at Christmas, but looks enough like it for me to keep it on this list. A 7 out of 10 difficulty, a 40-hour completion time. Is Arkham City your Christmas Platinum? Let us know in the comments.